Welcome to my channel. This video is all about teaching you how you can play multiple goals using H2H. And for those who don't know what I mean by H2H, let's say you tap on Girona and Alves, for example. H2H is when you go into statistics. This is H2H here, okay? And we have H2H new. And when you go to H2H, first of all, have to use H2H. Then, if it is intense, let's say if you are not sure that it will work, then you go to H2H new, which is this. Okay, but let's use H2H for the sake of this video. The video is so that it will not be too long. So, for example, now this is all about using H2H to determine, or understand to determine the goals. Okay, to determine the goals. And where is the goals? The goals of each. You hear about home over 0.5, away over 0.5, something like that. The goals. Then also determines the what under goals as well. Also determines the multiple goals. Understand? Also determines the multiple goals. Look at it here. Multiple goals. And as well, home goals and away goals. Everything goes here. This is using the word H2H to determine it. Now, I mean, Girona versus Alves. If you look at this game, the only thing you have to understand is this. One of the rules there is you have to check on, the ability of a team to score goals. That is to say that this team has to be, to have strength. They are good. Understand? One, at the table, this team, for example, let's go to La Liga. Now, if you look at them, the ability of the strength, the expectation of this team, that it is 95% that they must score goal in this match. One is Real Madrid against Valencia. Now, Real Madrid is very good. They are solid. They are, in fact, they are the best team in the world. Understand? They're the best club in the world. They are solid. The potential in them to score goal is very high, even when they are away and when they are home. And home factor is another issue. Home factor can also help. Understand? Or away factor, but home factor. And when you see that this team club that is very strong is home, is a very big factor. You can even go as long as saying over 1.5. Understand? So what are we saying now? Now, based on that, I'll tap on this. I'll go to goals. Definitely, based on what we're saying, you say that because they're at home, you are sure that this Real Madrid, because they're at home and they're solid, they're strong, can go over 0.5, okay, and over 1.5. Secondly, if you go to the table, this team, you see that they are second in the league. Then this is also an indication. So if you look at those that are first, second, third, fourth in the league, now it's an indication of playing over, giving them over 0.5. As you can see, I know you know people that have been playing this, but there are some rules that can govern you into that. Now, Barcelona, look at this. This is another factor of it that you can use. Okay. Now you can say Barcelona to go for. Now, in the case whereby this thing is small, in the case whereby the bet, the odd is very small, as you can see, over 0.5. And I'm saying this because there are people that doesn't like risk. For those that loves risk, you go for over 1.5 outrightly. But as I said, the H2H has to lead you. So what do I mean by H2H? If you start to statistics and go to H2H, now you see the H2H, Barcelona has always been trashing Betis, and it has been going. They have not scored under 1.5 in their in their match against Betis. So that's an indication that under goals over 1.5, for those who are not risk takers, do it. It will work for you. Because, okay, and now Real Madrid, using H2H, as I said, H2H, you come here, you find out that Real Madrid against Valencia, they have been having 2-1, 2. So Real Madrid have never scored under 1.5 in this match, even when they are away. Understand? If you look at it, even when but they are home now, which means if you go to goals, just close your eyes and give them over 1.5 for the risk takers. But if you're not a risk taker, you can come here, but the odd will be very small. Okay, take your risk and go over 1.5. Now that goes to other ones. So now for you to play, if actually for example the Real Madrid own is you cannot play this, you go to multi goals. You cannot play this over, maybe you are so afraid that giving Real Madrid 1.5 might not work. Okay, since you have gone and checked the H2H, again you can still tap on it, take a H2H again, and you see that the overall tally here has been the least. There you can see is the one is of the one of this is the least one. The least one you can see here is this. Okay, that is giving them, but there's never been a time that they have not scored goal in this match. So which means if you go to stem goals, then you go to multi goals. From what we've said, you go to multi goals. Okay, you go to multi goals. Now, based on what you saw there, the list, you have to focus on the list. Understand? The list has always been over 1.5, which means 1 to 2, 1 to 2, 5, 1 to 3. Now, for those who doesn't know what multi goals is, there is the range, from 1 to, and if, for example, if you tap on from 1 to 3, for example, if the match ends up at 4-1, you've lost it. If the match ends up at 1-1, 2-1, okay, that's 1 to 3 goals. So the highest is the 3 goals. 1 to 2 goals. Highest should be 2 goals in both corners. Highest should be 2 goals. That is in both. If it's 1-1, for example, you've got it. This now, if it's 2-1, 1-3, you've got it. Okay, here now is 1 to 4 goals. If it is 3-1, understand, or 3-0, or 2-0, or 2-1, you've got it. Likewise here, if it is 1-0, 2-1, something like, you've got it. So it mustn't be over. It mustn't be over 3 point. If it's 3.5, okay, it's okay, but it mustn't be over 4. Understand? Or over 4.5 or over 4. The goals mustn't be like 4-1 or like 3-2 or like something like that. Because if you play like that, you failed it. So these are the indications. So now, based on our statistics, based on our H2, we've said we found out the list has been 1 over 1 to 3, 1 to, the list has been 1 over. Now the highest there has been 5-1. Now for you to check this, you check the recent. The recent is 2-1, 2-2. Understand? 2-1, 2-2. So the trick there is that now you are looking for a higher odd, okay? But now you not only that you're looking for a higher odd, you are also, looking for a very substantial and well sought out bargain, as in what you do and you are sure of it. So what you have to do to be sure and this thing will not go overboard is what you have to be in a neutral side. So to me, the highest you have seen there is 5, the lowest is 2. So it's better you go for over 1.5, something like that, so that you will not over 1.5, so that you will not crash out entirely, because if crash out at over 1.5 is okay. If you want to go for over 1.4, it's still okay. Understand? But remember, the Real Madrid is at home, and over 1.5 is okay. Understand? So that you will not crash out all the time. So the same thing applies to Barcelona. If you go to Barcelona, for example, understand, and you go to this thing, okay, you see it, then you check the H2H. When you check the H2H, you find out the last game the Barcelona beat them 5-1, so 6 goals scored here, and that is 1 to 6, 2-2. So you are looking between 1 to 4 and 1 to 6. So when you're looking between 1 to 4 and 1 to 6, so what are you going to do in this case? Understand? What are you going to do? So in this case, what you are going to do is to go for 1 to 5 bracket. Go in the middle. So you choose from 1 to 5, just stay in the middle. So that's what you do. So now for those for those that doesn't have a very, let's say, a very strong team against a lesser team, like for example Girona and Alves, for example, if you go to their table, you find out that these teams are not well to do. How do you do it? So what do you play? In this case, in this team, you don't need to play over. If you want to play over home over or something like that, you still need to go to what the H2 statistics and H2H, and there you see that Girona has been scoring goal here. There's never been a time they have not scored against Alves. So in this indication, you can still give Girona a 0.5. Okay, but another way now, for me, for you to play this game perfectly, use the teams that are not, no, there is no one team that is stronger, much stronger than the other. So in this case, Girona and Aves is the perfect team for there. So which means if you look at the statistics, you find out that the average there is 1 to 3. That's average. They're 1 to 3. 1 to they got 1 to 4, but you can use 1 to 3 or 1 to 4. So it's the perfect one to play is what those teams that you feel that doesn't have a greater as in the opponent or the opponent is not much stronger. Also, which means in the table they are not among the top 4, top 5, top 6, something like that. So you can count them in this range from the middle downwards. These are the teams. These are the ones that are perfect to play for multi-goals. So I don't think you understand what I'm saying. So in this, you are rest assured that under this multi-goals, 1 to 4 is certain that you get it. Okay. So I think you understand what I'm saying. So you can still go on and go to let me go to Serie A, for example, and just do a rundown on what I have taught you. Now remember, I have not done the home and away. I will do it, but let me concentrate on just the multi-goals and the goals. Now let us use Serie A. For example, Serie A, we have 2 strong contenders. That is Fiorentina and AC Milan. What do we do about it? So if you look at the table, you find out that okay, these 2 contenders, okay, these are strong teams. Then if you go to H2H, you find out that these people. And another thing you have to check about this is that if you want to play multi-goals and be sure of multi-goals, go to those leagues that doesn't score too many goals. Serie A doesn't score too many goals. They do score goals, but not like, they're sure that can go overboard like 5-0, 6-0, 6-1, something like that. But if you look at this, they find out that their list, the average here is 1 to 3. Is average here. So this will give you a sure indication to play multi-goals of 1 to 3. Or if you want to be in a safer, this always play 1 to 4. Understand? Then goals, to play goals, if you look at it, you find out that Fiorentina has been scoring, and both of them have been scoring, except on the 25th November 2023, Fiorentina never scored, and that time they were away. But now Fiorentina were away, and so what are you focus? Your focus now should be on AC Milan because they have always scored. So you give AC Milan 1. So these are the indexes of how you have to play your games. So Inter Milan and Panora. Now Inter Milan, based on what I talked to you about Real Madrid and Barcelona, Inter Milan, if you look at their build up, you find Inter Milan is the higher days. What do you do? So you go to them, you see that Inter Milan, you must go to H2H to determine Inter Milan will score a goal in this match, and they have been scoring. They have not scored under 0.5. But so under goals, you can give them. You can give them an over 0.5. So in another indication is that when a lesser team is at home, a non-stronger team is at home, and if you've gone to H2H and see that this team has always scored against, at least let's say 80%, 85% scored against the time, you can risk it for risk takers. You can risk it, and since they're at home, you can also risk it. Understand? You can also risk it and give them this. Yes, if you have checked the H2H and saw that they have been scoring against that team, you can also listen for you. For those who wants, let me just tell you something. What I always do, sometimes, if I want to take the risk, I will. If I want to go for goals, I will go for those. If I have checked H2H and I see that they have been scoring against these people, I will just go for giving them over 0.5. Over 0.5. I'll do it in 10, in 5 or 4, and give it put a sufficient amount of money. Don't be surprised, it will go. So for example, it will go. So for example, this, as I tell you now, understand. So these are the indices of those. So what else can you say are indices to do? So for now, then under the same this Panama, you can still go to, since you've seen that H2H, the average there is 1 to 3 or 1 to 4, so you can still go to goals and go to the multi goals. Okay, when you go to the multi goals, you can still tap 1 to 4. So these are the things you have to do. Thank you very much. My time has gone. I don't like this thing to be too much. I hope you understood this what I've said. Understand. Thank you.